It's Thursday night. Welcome to POPRAGEOUS Live Thursday Night Big Show. My name is Danny Alex. I'm your host. It's only episode number 2. This is only, and this is fresh. Welcome to the show, Starfleet. We haven't seen many feet the last couple of episodes, so for all the foot fetish people, I'm hoping you're going to get more feet. You are, because they did mention that Commander Ake was packing 4 pairs of boots on her world of what do I hear here going? I hear something in my background. My apologies here. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. I got the episode going. I didn't pause it. Oh my God. There we go. We're done. It's done. So for all the foot fetish people and the furries are done. The furries only showed in one episode. That was the last episode. The furries love eating people. I don't know in real life if you're a furry lover. I mean, furries are what they are. And in Starfleet Academy, holy jeez. I mean, at least there are some, they tried to like, it's kind of like episode 6 was like trying to do something with a few moving parts, and it turned into like a smash up derby, you know, with the cars. That's what episode 6 was. Episode 7, we got gay, guys. We've got gay, we've got hetero, we've got, I mean, the most awkward scenes you could ever imagine between Gaten and Darem. An entire species of fish, but yet they get married on land. Is that why does that even happen? I don't know. I mean, look, this episode. Oh my God. This is flippin' painful, guys. Episode 7. Episode cozying. You know what's called cozying? You know what cozying means? Cozyine? I'm sorry, I don't speak Kohenian. What is it called? What is Darem's language called, or race? Kohenian. I got notes. Kohanian. Oh fuck! Like I freaking care. Does anyone know? Does anyone care? 22,000. There's 22,000 votes on IMDb on a major Star Trek release. 22,000 total votes. I mean, that is like, that is literally like, some B TV series on the CW kind of thing, right? I mean, this is episode 7 is as bad as it gets. This proves that this whole entire TV show is nothing more than a Melrose Place or an MTV World. What are all those 1990s, you know, social 90210? This is what this is. I swear, I thought, look, we started off with the hetero stuff. We got the gayometer coming on later on. I'm going to give you my gayometer reading. I'm also going to give you my heterometer meeting. Heterometer level. I'll just say level, man. And that's going to come up later on. But I thought we had a love triangle going on with Gaten, Kyle, and Darem. Did you see that in the hallway? I thought we were gonna have a gay trial. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, they built the hetero thing, the whole thing with Caleb and Terima. I mean, they built that. They built it up with they had 6 little sticks, and they tried to build an entire castle out of 6 sticks. So in episode 7, we're supposed to because that's what we start off with, guys. We start off with. And look, the entire Thursday big show, except for the last, we're going to be talking about Starfleet Academy episode 7. We've got the Caleb Genesis almost love affair. Who's calling me? I don't know. Someone's calling me. And then we got the Gaten, Darem, Kyle. I thought it was going to be a trio, but it's not. We found out something today, which was kind of surprising. And then, of course, we get the Alex Kurtzman. The Alex Kurtzman effect. I'm going to try and show the full interview with Roger Avary, who absolutely went off. I showed a little bit of it on the Tuesday Big Show. And it depends how much I babble, because I do like to babble. Like, babbling is good, and I think that's what. If you guys got a comment, you want to say, throw it in there. I'm happy. If you disagree, agree, or you got something more that I missed, let me know. But this thing starts off episode 7. This is a bad episode. Again, it has no meaning to it. It has no meaning. And basically, one of the characters, Genesis, she's such a fucking biatch. She could care less for Caleb. She absolutely uses him to break into the bridge. Literally, to break onto the bridge of the vagina. I mean, the Athena. What did I say? Did I say something wrong? Was I bad? Did I say something bad? I don't like Genesis. What a bitch, right? I could care less. I'm going to use Caleb to break onto the ship so I can sit down on the captain console and get some sort of little thing that pops up so I can erase all of my good recommendations from my family. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. This entire episode, guys, I'll preface this. I've won hundreds of awards in screenwriting across the world in film festivals. I've been in Los Angeles for 20 years. I moved out. So I have I got some cred when it comes to screenwriting. A lot of, you can decide for yourself. I've written a lot of screenplays, movies, and TVs. And you look at this stuff and you watch like the literal grade 7 level. I remember my first level of drama class was grade 7, right? It was grade 7. And it was my highest level. Drama class, 7, 8, 9 was my best, even better. I was good in math and I was also good in English. But drama, I got like 90 something percent in my drama class. And my teacher, I can't remember her name, she always told me that I should, after 3 years of drama class, that I should really get into the arts, like the visual. And of course, I never did. I took that's something different altogether. But when you take a look at filth, garbage, even just technically, you don't need to be emotionally inspired. You know what? We've got some serious girl boss stuff that happens. Because Darem at the end, right? If you watched it, Darem, we'll get to it. We've got serious, this is about the girls, right? The Federation, listen to me when I say, use these things when I say this, guys. You've heard the Force is female? Yeah. The Federation is female. I shouldn't be so happy. I'm not happy. What am I? Look, guys, if you take this stuff too seriously, I know, you know what? You're talking to someone. I started watching Star Trek. I don't even remember how old I was. 1974? I think 1974, I was 7 years old. I was born in 67. I've been around. I'm an old guy. I'm an older fucking guy, right? I like to think of myself as young. I work out. I get to the gym. I do shit. I look at other people my age. I'm like, whoa, how old? But it's the experience. It's the wisdom. And Star Trek has been part of my entire life. Now, I have been trying to watch Star Trek Discovery. And this is a little bit on the side. This is kind of going, but this is the Star Trek universe we're talking about. We'll get full on to episode 7. But if you guys have watched Discovery, the first episode was kind of like, okay, this isn't it's not too bad, but it just, every episode, right? It just goes down, 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 down. I mean, I to the point now where I'm almost at the end of season 1. I watched parts of it when it came out, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing live stuff now. Maybe I got to watch more of it. It's hard. It's like sitting in a dentist chair for 6 hours, getting teeth pulled. You want to sit there for 6 hours getting your teeth pulled? I mean, no one wants this. I'm not looking forward to season 2, but this is season 1 of Starfleet Academy is worse, guys. It is worse. This is the apex of shit. This is literally can I say that? This is the apex of shit. Roger Avary agrees, right? Roger Avary. Like, don't what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. I do have a little bit of wine. So it's Thursday night. It's the Thursday night big show, guys. Sometimes I do have wine. I say 80% of the shows I have a 2/3 glass of a glass of wine. So to your health. I cheers you. But this is one of these times. This is the time of year. Honestly, guys, this is the time of year where you got nothing coming out. March, you talk about March movies, you got nothing. Hail Mary is coming out later in March with Ryan Gosling. That might be okay, but we've got literally very little happening. The Super Bowl is over. If you like college basketball, you're into this March Madness. I'm not. Even 20 years in Los Angeles, they couldn't convert me to basketball. Sorry, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I said couldn't do it. Spring training camp, if you like baseball, I guess that's coming up. There's no good movies. There's no great. What's the next TV show? You know what? On Saturday nights are a big show. POPRAGEOUS Live, it's Saturday night. I'm going to go through all of the upcoming trailers, movies, and TV shows on Saturday night. So pop in. Let's do that. Do that with me. And you know what? If you like subscribe, like what you see, it always helps the channel. YouTube is like a fucking mud wrestling match. That's what I feel like. It's mud wrestling. I like mud wrestling though. I do. That's what happens. So I think I finished up with Discovery. I don't think I can finish it. I know it gets worse because I've watched pockets of it. Look, to me, the original Star Trek, which every episode I've watched at least 4 or 5 times. Some episodes I've watched 10, 12, maybe 15 times. I don't know. There's 79 episodes in the GOAT Star Trek. Because why is it so amazing? Because we're talking about the relationship between, Spock, Kirk, Bones, Scotty, like those are the core characters, right? Even look, you start with Kirk and Spock. That relationship is iconic. I remember when Leonard Nimoy passed away. Was it 2018? 2018. Look, I'm so happy that William Shatner looks fantastic. He's mentally sharp, physically sharp. He attributes it to riding horses because he loves riding horses, right? But this is, look, when we lost Gene Roddenberry and we slowly lost the people that were influencing the Star Trek universe, this is when shit starts hitting the fan. This is when things start to diverge from what the idea of Star Trek was. It's the same thing with Star Wars, guys. When the auteur, when the creator, when the visionary leaves the creative process, when George Lucas sold to Disney, right? That's the catalyst. That's the inciting incident. So in screenwriting, it's the inciting incident is the incident when everything happens and everyone gets their marching papers and here goes the, second act and into the third act, right? When the auteur moves on, when George Lucas sold to Disney, that was the inciting incident that changed Star Wars Forever. Now, whether you like the prequels or not, it's up to you. The prequels are looking much better. Like their prequels are looking pretty good. I wasn't a huge fan of the prequels. Because the dialogue is so bad. When I write screenplays, I'm a dialogue guy. Dialogue and the lack of it. Look, the lack of dialogue is just as, because that means you're writing in good visuals as the screenwriter. The visuals are strong, and you need less dialogue to support the powerful visuals. And of course, the director's got to be their cinematographer. It's a team effort, right? But it's putting together something that is worth watching, that is inspired by science fiction. I have a science channel called Dimension Zero. I love science. I'm an at-home astrophysicist. That's my thing, Dimension Zero. And when the people that are inspired by science fiction, when the people that love what it's like to go down into a black hole. What is a black hole? What is ton 618? What does it mean? It takes 15 days at the speed of light to traverse across the distance of ton 618. What does that mean? It's fucking awesome. The known universe is, 98 billion light years across? What does that mean? What does that mean? What is a magnetar? This is the kind of stuff that the next generation got into pretty good. Like Jean-Luc Picard is a freaking awesome. Can I hear it for Jean-Luc Picard? What a great Starfleet captain, guys. He had the Kirk stuff. Jean-Luc Picard had the stuff. Kirk, Captain Kirk. I like Chris Pine. I think the casting of the J.J. Abrams shows and the casting was pretty good. The story was garbage. Frickin' garbage. 2009 Star Trek. I hated. There's not much I hate in this world. I don't. There's not much I hate. I hated how he portrayed Captain Kirk as this rambunctious, who gives a crap about anything and everything punk. That was never Captain Kirk. He could have had a little bit of a rebel in him, but the rebel was for good. I did a video on Star Wars versus Star Trek. If they went toe to toe, I actually ended up picking Star Wars because their technology is so focused to war, to destroying. They control the galaxy. They have hyperdrives. They move across the galaxy in a couple of days. Starfleet is a regional power. But if you gave Starfleet, the Federation, another few hundred years, look, a Starfleet captain could probably outmaneuver 2 or 3 Star Destroyers. It's true. Starfleet captains they're the son of a guns. They rock ass, right? And part of what Episode 7 in Starfleet Command today plays into the abomination that is a Starfleet captain, right? When we see Captain Kirk go up against, odds that are, and Jean-Luc Picard the face, the precision of a Starfleet captain, right? It's inspiring. And I've done a lot of videos that when I do the videos, I get the goosebumps right up my spine when I see that look that Picard does, or Kirk, or even Chris Pine sometimes. But Chris Pine's got the charisma to carry it on. Alex Kurtzman's got to get out. Get the fuck out, Kurtzman. David Ellison, what the fuck are you waiting for? I mean, if you were like, are you going to let Starfleet Academy season 2? Are you going to let season 2 go on? Is it going to, are we going on with it? Really? Are you a cuck? David Ellison, are you a cuck? You got no fucking nuts in there? I tell you, man, if I was David Ellison, I'm telling you right now. Like, I've had businesses my whole life. There's not many people I've had to terminate. When you do it because you have to, and it's unpleasant. Terminating Kurtzman would be a fucking joy. I would walk in, I'd be like, sit down. God, please just sit down. And the next day would be the press release. Season 2 of Starfleet Academy. Well, you'll find that where Batgirl is. That's where you'll find it. Where it's with Batgirl. It's with fucking Batgirl. Abomination. Abomination, my friends. Thursday night big show. It's the big show. Here's the thing. We're on YouTube. I could be a lot more animated. I could use words that are a lot more animated. I use restraint when I discuss, because Roger Avary, when he was on Joe Rogan, I think when you're on Joe Rogan, you can let loose, right? No one's gonna fucking censor Joe Rogan. Are they gonna censor Danny Alex? Of course they are. Who am I? Pac, who am I? Right? Maybe one day in the next few months. But I have strong feelings as a screenwriter, as someone who has grown up with Star Trek, someone who has, I love freaking science fiction. I write science fiction, and these talentless, gutless people who have somehow usurped power in Hollywood, who know fucking nothing about science fiction because they know nothing about science fact. You ask these screenwriters, what is it? What's a black hole? A black hole? You can't call a black girl that. What the fuck are you talking about? Holy jeez. Right? I mean, that's the first. I mean, they're so stupid. They're so science stupid. The biggest example, one of the big examples I use is in Section 31, an Alex Kurtzman production. You remember the bubble? They blew a bubble. They had like bubblicious. The one girl at the table, blows. But then the next bubble she blows, it's in a heart shape, right? It's in a heart shape. Because, guys, that is science fucking fiction. Little hearts. So let's get to, oh, fuck me. This episode 7, like you want how? So I sit here, I'm live, right? Someone thought I was AI like the other night. You're AI, really? My fucking AI? Okay, I thought that was cute though. So if we get to, I'm going to try and temper this line between what should be said on YouTube and what shouldn't be. There's a line here, and I'm going to use decorum with a splash of. Right? You know what I'm saying? A little bit of pirate in me. Oh, there's a bit of pirate in me. We're going to talk about on Saturday night, guys. We're also going to Saturday night POPRAGEOUS Live. We're going to talk about the Pirate 6 reboot on Pirate 6. It's coming back. They're going to do it. Margot Robbie. Look, I know. Saturday night, we're going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. The reboot with it's women in charge, baby. It's fucking women in charge. Disney, you could kiss my ass. You could kiss my ass. I don't know what movie that's from, but I remember, what movie was it from? You could kiss my ass. It's probably a few movies. So if we move on, oh, Mike is in the house. The moment Roddenberry died, this is a big deal, Mike. This is a big deal. Look, this is when the auteur dies, when the visionary dies. Look, when did Stan Lee die? 2018. When did Marvel go to shit? 2019. Well, you could argue 2018, but it was, right? That was that. Gene Roddenberry, 1993. We lost Gene Roddenberry, but his people were involved, right? We had, even Deep Space Nine had some very interesting ideas. Gene Roddenberry would not have been happy with the space station idea. He didn't want it. He hated it. Although I don't think he would have been disappointed. Hard to say. But Gene Roddenberry was a hard ass. Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation, the Star Trek movies, which were all pretty good. Not only did Next Gen's storylines degrade, fuck yeah, of course they did. You could see it. You can see it, right, Mike? If you're a Star Trek fan, I know. Look, guys, I do videos out there, and my Star Trek videos rage. When I did my Star Trek versus Star Wars, and I ended up picking Star Wars if they went to battle, look, I'm a Star Trek fan over Star Wars. I just couldn't see Star Trek in the pure incantation of what we see defeating the Empire. But I am through and through a Star Trek guy. Make no fucking mistake. No one has made stormtroopers look so stupid, asinine, than Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah. The stormtroopers have always looked stupid. If I was writing a screenplay for Star Wars, the stormtroopers would not be just cannon fodder, they would be menacing. So when you saw 4, 5, 6 guys in the white stormtrooper, you thought, oh shit. They don't need to be Sith, right? Every stormtrooper you would see would be like, fuck. There's a trained, that's a trained soldier. Those are trained stormtroopers. That's what I would do. I wouldn't make 7-Eleven, Radio Shack parts. Copper wire. Have you watched Andor? They basically use copper wire and switches. And that's a different show, guys. That's a different show. But David Ellison needs to step up and speak to Elon to get funding to create a truly great Star Trek show. Look, Paramount has the funding. Paramount doesn't need Elon Musk. Look, fucking Larry Ellison is worth 400 million. Did I say million? What am I, stupid? Am I stupid? 400 billion? There's no shortage of capital. And when you take a premium, one of the world's most premium properties, Star Trek. Guys, Star Trek. When you even hear those words, Star Trek, you think of some of the greatest stories ever told in science fiction. That's what you think of. If you're a real fan, you go all the way from Tribbles to Q to the Dominion, all the way across. They corrected DS9 by getting Worf and the Defiant. They had a lot of great ideas in DS9. They did. Yes, Mike. I think you and I, we literally sit in the same chair pointing the same direction, right? We are, except maybe you drink Crown, I drink a glass of red wine. That's the only difference. But I know this is, I was not expecting to have this sort of longer intro getting into episode 9, episode 7, episode 9. Holy shit, we're on episode 7 of Starfleet Academy. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. A part of this, I think, is part of this. The segment 4. You see, so on the left hand side, you see all the segments: Starfleet Academy, Caleb, Genesis, Gaiden, and Darem, and then Alex Kurtzman. So those are the segments. So let's get going. I'm going to let's do yeah. There we go. my friends, episode 9. I did it again. You know, there's a 9 on my screen. I'm not going to say what it is. There's a 9 on my screen. So every time I see 9, I see 9. And so episode 7, my friends. Thursday night. It's a Thursday night big show. I hope you're at home, relaxing, kicking back, because that's what it's all about. I have a little bit of red wine. You may have a cup of tea. You may have some Crown. You may have a white wine, a beverage. I just hope you're at home, relaxing. There's no worries. Tomorrow's Friday. It's the weekend. So this is a good time to just relax, right? And rage against freaking Alex Kurtzman and Star Trek. Because this episode 7, was freaking ugly. It was so bad. It has no reason to exist. As a screenwriter, you think, okay, why was this at the end of it? You could take this entire episode out. Nothing would change. As a matter of fact, you think from episode 1 to where we are now, what did we start with and where do we get to? The only place that we got to where we are today is that we have a hetero relationship, because you got to preface it with hetero. Are you heterophobic? I'm sorry. Are you heterophobic? I didn't realize there were heterophobes out there. I am heterophobic, okay, guys? I am heterophobic. Okay, I'm heterophobic. I see straight people. I see straight people. Because hetero would, based on its definition, hetero would include non-binary. It would include non-binary. I'm a gynephobe. I was a gynesexual. Gynesexual. That means you literally just for women. I am, and I like if you like whatever you like. I don't care what you like. I don't need to hear about it. I don't even need to hear about hetero relationships. But the first scene, guys, Starfleet Academy. We start off with how long is it? It's like 2 or 3 minutes of Caleb. You know, we've all been there. We write the text, we delete the text, we write the text, we delete the text. But here we got an iPad. Do I send it? Do I not send it? Do I not? So it's just basically, Melrose 90210. So I got everything broken up by scene. It's hand scribble. Yes, it is. Old school. I did it old school. We start with a hetero. It's the monologue after my ass. What was that? What was the name of the ship? My nobody remembers any of the names in this. That's the thing. The screenwriters do such a terrible job. I had the short girl that's dating the Jeddah. I had to look up her name. Her name was Jet, right? Jet? Yeah, I think her name was Jet. I couldn't remember her name. I have to constantly look up all these people's names. So we basically look at like a rehash of them. I don't even know if I should show this stuff. See? Look at that. That's not bad, right? You want to go? He's hooking. Damn, Rocky, what's wrong with you? That's a fucking classic scene in Rocky. You remember that? Apollo Creed. I love Carl Weathers, guys. I freaking love Carl Weathers. In Rocky, he was... You take Carl Weathers out of Rocky, he was the athleticism. He was like the real, I got 8 years of kickboxing under my belt, right? But Carl Weathers, man, the guy had natural physical ability. You go to any movie that he was in, right? When they take him to Los Angeles, right? He goes into the streets of Los Angeles, and you got that. I just remember this scene so well, guys, because it hits me. Yeah, and then you see Apollo Creed. He's hooking. What is wrong with you, Rocky? That scene is so powerful, right? Tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And this is what, if you compare that scene to what the shit that we're seeing in Starfleet Academy. Do you remember the scene I'm talking about? Apollo Creed had that freaking intensity, right? What's wrong with you, Rocky? Tomorrow, man, we'll do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. I mean, that was such a powerful scene. And that's what movies and TV shows are supposed to give us. I remember that scene so well. And maybe because I was a boxer, kickboxer, so maybe I don't think so. I think it hits everybody. It hits everyone the same way. Rocky movies had heart. The more they went along, the less heart they had, I think. To a certain degree. The first Rocky deserved the Academy Award. That was pure genius movie making. Pure genius. The second Rocky, the third Rocky, look, the third Rocky is what got me into kickboxing and boxing, and that kept me into boxing because I was inspired. That was. But if I equate this to Starfleet Academy, yes, one's a movie, one's a TV show. It doesn't matter. They both have to incite emotion. Episode 7 was absolute shit and garbage. It incited nothing but there's nothing going on. There's no emotional impact. There's no reason that you need to feel that you need to watch this thing. So basically, this first scene, I got it all broken up by scenes. We start with the hetero thing, right? The whole Caleb thing. I'm going back. I went on, and All World's Holiday Day, guys. All World's Holiday. It's one day, but it sounds like it's like a week because we see some flashbacks. We see some kisses. That's the hetero kisses, guys. You like it a little hetero? You got a little fucking hetero today, okay? You got some hetero. If you don't like hetero, I see gay people. We got a boy and a girl kissing. We relive episode 6. And then in scene 2, I even got the times written down, right? In scene 2, everyone's teleporting away. Bye-bye. Oh, no, we got back there, So everyone's, and then we had Genesis, like, Sam is going up. We don't need Sam because she was, we got Sam with the Cisco episode, where they don't show Cisco's face, right? Cisco is just like, we got a Cisco museum without his face. Okay, all right. Are you going to buy that? No. I won't buy that, but this is Starfleet Academy, and this is Alex Kurtzman Trek. So it should feel like diarrhea. If it doesn't feel like, when you wake up and you've eaten something bad, that should be, you watch a Kurtzman Trek episode and you wake up the next morning and you literally have chills and you run to the bathroom. It's kind of like Duncan, right? Remember Duncan, it was the second episode, he behind the tree, he's, that's not even, move on. That's not even, but so the second scene is all about, guys, it's all about a little bit of girl power, okay? It's all about girl power. So we got a little bit of, we're going to fast track you to captain. We're going to why? Because you show outstanding. I just wrote outstanding. I don't know. But yeah, she is impressed. She is impressed Captain Ake so much that she's going to fast track her to pre-command captain or something like that. Ake, you're doing so good. And we need more girl power because we need to show Caleb is the cuck in this one and Genesis as the girl power. Caleb, she's going to string Caleb along, fuck up his entire Starfleet Academy career because she needs to break into the bridge. Break into the bridge. Could you imagine? Break into the bridge of a Federation. Well, I don't know what it is because the bridge kind of breaks off from the vagina part, right? It breaks off from the vagina part and then it settles into San Francisco. But I'm going to screw... I'm gonna screw Caleb. But I'm gonna fast track. So they're setting this all up, right? So I'm gonna fast track now. So we get that all set up. But now, it's like we get the next. So there's two main parts to this entire episode, and they're both absolute shite. It's the Caleb and Genesis, and it's the Darem and Gaiden. Well, it's mostly Darem because he goes back to his fish planet, which they just happen to be all on land, which is really convenient for Gaiden, who is a Klingon because he can't breathe underwater. But those are the two storylines, and they get absolutely so fucking stupid. There's the gay triangle, guys. I gotta be happy for the gay triangle. I thought that's what it was. I thought we were gonna have a gay triangle. That's what I thought. Gay is powerful at Starfleet Academy. But Kyle and Gaiden, they are tight. Like they're holding hands in this one. Like they really matured their relationship. However, my friends, I'm not gonna get into that. There's no need to get into that. So we get to scene 4. Caleb is talking to Ake. Now this is interesting, guys. So Caleb talks to Ake, and this is all about Caleb going to Senegal. Do you know where Senegal is, right? Do you guys know where Senegal? Senegal is in Africa. Now I actually always thought Caleb was Hispanic. Is Caleb Hispanic? Right? I mean, yeah, I remember seeing War's face. Yeah. But I thought, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Caleb was Hispanic. I really did. But if he's being sent to Senegal, Dakar, Senegal. I mean, that's really, it's a statement, right? I mean, it's a statement. I mean, we're going to say, we're going to send you to Vancouver, Canada. Actually, there's a lot of Asians in Vancouver, Canada. I think it's like mostly Asian now, isn't it? Vancouver, Canada? I think it is. We're going to send you to Montana. We're sending you to like Montana. Yeah, like something like, they needed to make it, to suggest that we're sending you to Senegal. Why would you send Caleb to Senegal? Can he not choose? Well, he decides to stay, guys. He decides to stay. And we get a little bit more of the lovers spat. We get this underlying theme of Terima through the whole thing, right? We all of a sudden, like, they've built this Terima and Caleb relationship. It's about as strongly as like, balsa wood sticks holding up a water tower. It is so flimsy. Does anyone care about Terima and Caleb? Does anyone care about the relationship? All we know is they got a little bit of hama, right? Last episode. Before Terima took him to her safe space. Like, I'm going to, look, here's what I'm going to do. And this is okay. I'm going to take you to my safe space. And in my safe space, I'm going to put in the one thing that fucking terrifies you, right? Like, what the? That's what Terima does. I'll take you to my safe space. And I will put in that fucking teddy bear that scares the shit out of you at night, you motherfucker. Okay? Don't get into my head, man. Don't get into my head. Well, she got into his head. And look, guys, we got to stick together. I know, like, girls, if you're girls out there, any women out there, I got you. That's cool. You're welcome. But look, Just saying. I'm just saying. And then we get, oh guys, this is the most stupid thing. Let me get a picture because I'm doing this off of the. Oh, that was. Okay, so this is so asinine, right? So in scene 6 of episode 7, all of a sudden Darem is walking by and he sees this little gold nugget on the floor. He picks it up and all of a sudden he looks like he's getting, like literally, it is a violent kidnapping. It is a violent kidnapping. And you're like, oh, this is kind of what's going on. Is there like we get phasers? Does Captain Kirk beam down with 2 red shirts and you know who dies, right? No, not even close. Gaden sees it and he has no words, right? You see one of your like fellow Academy people, it's like, hey, wait, he's lost for words. That is his face. That is, guys. May I introduce you to Gaden of Starfleet Academy. Gaden. I have no idea if he has last name. This is painful. It's fun, but it's painful. It's painful, but it's fun. Actually, that's the way it should go. So literally, you think that Darem is kidnapped. It was violent. Like they were using, like, you know, Gaden couldn't say anything. He was like, with his 6-inch lifts. Have you guys seen his 6-inch lifts? He's got like these mega lifts to make him look taller. Look, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'9". I'm not tall. I'm taller than Tom Cruise, right? I'm taller than Tom, or am I? I mean. So what he does, he follows. This portal opens up, and Darem disappears, and Gaden, he walks right in, like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but I will follow. I will follow. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is the. That's the. So what happens is, guys, is Darem. That's the fish guy, right? You know the fish guy. He's. That's Darem. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's Darem. So we think he's in mortal trouble because it was such a violent kidnapping. This is the stupidity of this episode. This is how stupid this episode gets. Will remain. Well, he wasn't kidnapped. He was, how was it? So Gaden appears, he walks through the same transporter and he appears and he sees Darem being, what looks like he's being interrogated, roughed up, like it's just like absolute, none of this is real. Because basically what it is he was supposed to get married, or what they call sealed, not married, but sealed in Kihonian language. He was going to get sealed with the family that rules the entire freaking civilization. I kid you not. He was going to be the king, or he's set to be the king of the Kihonians. And he's just going through a ritual. It's not a kidnapping. Oh, fuck me. So basically, you needed to create this entire bullshit scene to make everyone think that he's being kidnapped. And then you see the one sword and all of a sudden Gaden shows up and, oh, no, he's my cousin. That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode, guys. Cousin. What does that mean? Guys, what does cousin mean? Because we're going to get a fucking applause. We're going to get a big fucking applause. This is one of your test questions. What does cousin, the name of the episode, what does it mean? Best man, motherfucker. Gaden is best man at Darem's wedding. Now, I will admit, I am swearing more in this episode than I usually do. This episode was such a travesty. You want to make us feel, so they throw this entire setup was bullshit. Because you throw this little gold bomb down into this, in Starfleet Academy. Darem picks it up. It opens up, and these two people come out with machetes, violently take him away, extract him. Oh, it was a kidnapping. Make no mistake. And it looked like Darem had no idea what was going on. Nothing. Like he was just stupid to it. Help me, help me. However exciting as that is, guys, we have a sunbathing scene that follows this one. Sunbathing, yes, I know you're thinking. So Caleb, of course, he decided not to go to Senegal because, he looked. Is he Hispanic? Am I wrong? Is he Hispanic? I thought he was Hispanic. Why would you send him to Senegal? Like I was thinking, I would send him to Colombia. To Colombia, see. I would send him to Dominican Republic. You go play baseball, or you get into Mexico. We send you play soccer, or football. Easy football, you kick it around. I have a lot of friends that are frickin' Spanish. So don't give me the old racist shit about frickin' accents. I love my Spanish accents. I love my frickin' Spanish accents. I might do the rest of the show. I may do the rest of the show in a Spanish accent. I might. Give me 2 tacos and a burrito. Chicken, please. Give me chicken. I do. I love my best friends are Spanish. Oh, I freaking love them. I do. We talked about moving to Mexico City and opening up a pizza joint. I would love that. I do. I would love it. Marrying a good old Mexican gal. I would love that. I would. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, God. So this is Caleb sunbathing, and he's and this is where the entire thing where basically Genesis, you kind of think that maybe Genesis and Caleb are gonna shank in this one. Maybe we get a little bit more freaking hetero going on, because you see these seedlings, but what we find out may not be what we think it is. Basically, she has no problem knowing what she's going to do to break into a Starfleet Academy, to break into the bridge of the vagina. The Athena. Because she wants to delete all of the great recommendations from her family. So I'm going to put Caleb's entire future at stake. I'm going to fuck him up. That reminds you of right at the end of Tropic Thunder. So Asia's my territory, man. So I will fuck you up. That's kind of like what she's saying, right? Caleb, you're just fucking cannon fodder to me. I need your criminal instincts to open up the bridge so I can get fucking inside of it. And I don't care if you go to jail for it. I don't care. I just gotta get into my file because now I'm literally going into the Captain's Academy and I need to delete all of my recommendations. Now, if you're thinking, Danny, it doesn't fucking make sense to me, you're right, okay? You're right. It makes no fucking sense. But there is Caleb in a prone position. I'd probably even go so far as to say if he was in a tanning booth, he'd probably be auditioning finger puppets. But that's just me. At the 17-minute mark, guys, Gaden is fucking angry. Gaden is angry at Darem because he thought he was kidnapped. So Gaten, who went through the portal. Now, my first thought was, here's a portal where the fish people are like going to, right? Am I going to end up underwater? Because these are like fish scaly people. Do they live underwater? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Gaten is that powerful. Gaten has the power of the gay. Okay. He's so gay. He has uber power. He has gay power. Meaning that no screenwriter could write off a character who is this gay. When you're a screenwriter and you have a character that checks this many fucking boxes, holy shit, guys. How many boxes? Can I get a hell yeah onto how many freaking boxes Gaten checks? How? The only thing you can do better is put him in a wheelchair. And put a pair of tits on him. Make him a female. I guess you can make him. So fuck. Guys, this episode was so painful. Beyond. So where are we? So do I get a picture of Kara? There we go. That's right there. That's the one. That's Kara. So guys, we find out. Here's the big thing. Here's the big reveal. Are you sitting down? I need you to sit down, please, because this is a big reveal. This is one of these things that will literally in Star Trek, this will live in Star Trek infamy. Darem has been, and this has been set up for a long time, is to marry the princess who is the heir to the throne of Kihonian, to marry her. That's been set up for a very long time. Very long time. This is Kiara. Kiara. You know what? I had an employee in my business in Los Angeles. I had an employee who her name was Kiara in my customer service. And so it's really interesting. I should have asked her, are you a fish person? Are you fishy? You smell fishy. No. Not in this case, my friends. Not in this case. They are fish people that actually live on land. They are fish people that actually spend most of their time in human form. So they can, I don't know why. Why can they, there's this civilization on Earth that we've decided that we're going to spend most of our time emulating, and we're going to spend all of our leisure time, right? All of our leisure time as humans, not as Kahonians, which we were. And of course, their entire moon that they're living on right now is dried up, and it's I don't know where they get their food from. It literally looks like they're from the Grand Canyon. Except for this one platform, this entire place, entire moon looks like Mars. It looks like Mars, a Grand Canyon on Mars. But Kiara, so this whole thing has been set up. So literally, they have this kidnapping, but the whole thing has been planned, right? It's been planned. So why would you have a situation where Darem was kidnapped? This little ball, boom, everything, kidnapped, swords to his throat. Because you're a shit screenwriter. Can I say it? Because you literally know fuck all about screenwriting. Holy mother effing God. Throw like a knife right to his neck. Yeah. Let's move on. So, that guy, this is classic. My guys, you don't need to watch this episode because I'll tell you all about it, okay? Next, we get Caleb and Genesis. They start their little love affair. They might shank. Before this is all over, they might do the dirty. They might. Seriously. Look, Caleb has already scored once, like notch one. This might be number two. This might be number two in Caleb's belt. But of course, they'll make Genesis way too smart to do the dirty with a Caleb. Oh my God. So basically, they're having a toxic, non-toxic competition. I don't even know what the fuck that is. toxic, non-toxic. So that's basically if you lose the non-toxic side, you die because it's toxic. That doesn't seem like a good game to keep going on with, but that's okay because Caleb's dumb enough to keep going with Genesis's bullshit. So what this turns into, Genesis does win, guys. Can I mention that Genesis wins the toxic, non-toxic? Because Caleb, as stupid as he is, puts his hand in a jar of water and just says nothing happens right away. I win. Like, wouldn't someone just think, okay, well, just keep your hand in there and see, oh, wait a sec. Should I? So literally she has to give Caleb a shot in the neck. We don't want him to die because we're playing toxic, non-toxic. I mean, Hollywood has played toxic, non-toxic for the last 7 years in a very different way. But Caleb and Genesis, this is literally, so but what happens is these warp, how am I even talking about this? These warp snails, I like fucking warp slugs. I'm sorry, warp slugs somehow come out out of this. I know you're looking at me going, Danny, have you been drinking? Yes, but not that much. I've only had half a glass of wine. Actually, I'm about to have a little bit more, so. Warp slugs. Guys, these are warp slugs. So they take these freezing guns. I kid you not. I'm not lying. And they so in this one thing, what's her name? Jet? What's her Jet? The one with the short hair, the lesbian with the short hair. She walks in, they're hiding, and this one slug is like dripping ooze, and they shoot the thing, and it freezes so that the ooze doesn't hit. And look, Jet and Laura, you know, the Jem'Hadai girl, like the one that likes that fucking angry one all the time. No FaceTime, but they're on a phone call, and she is just raging to Jet. Like the lesbians are having a, like they're scrapping. The lesbians are scrapping, guys. In the meantime, the warp slugs, fuck, are you listening to me? The warp slugs are like all over the place. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm even seeing this. So we get this is the planet of the fish people. This is the moon of the fish people. Do you see what I'm saying? It's fucking the Grand Canyon. How did fish people evolve? This entire moon is like Mars meets Grand Canyon. Well, we have this plateau. You see the plateau right there? You see like in the middle there? You say, what you see? No, I don't think you can see my, no, you can't see my, so there you go. That right there. So that's where, that's where we go. Oh my God. So this is where we find Darem shows up and he's talking to Kyra. Kyra. I think it's Kyra, right? And she basically just, now look, this is the whole idea behind this whole episode again is tell us, don't show us. It tells us everything. It's like literally listening to someone sitting there with a book and they're reading you a novel. Well, novels and movies and TV shows are two different things. Movies and TV shows are in the realm of the visual. You cannot write a novel or a book and make a movie out of it. You need a screenwriter who has that expertise at taking a novel and visualizing it. That's Darem. There he is. There we go. That's the second hetero. You're welcome. That is the second hetero. Do they kiss? I don't even think they kiss. Do I write this down? So basically, in this scene, we find out that Darem is going to be king. He's going to be king of the entire fucking Cahonian people. He is going to be the despot with Kiara. Kiara? Can I get a picture of her? They hug. They kiss. They kiss. Oh, right. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful love story, guys. This is where I cried. This is where I cried in this episode, right here. Two fish people. Why can't we see them kissing as fish? Because it would be pretty fucking ugly. And we didn't have the budget. I want to show you the kind of budget where, I don't know where they wasted all their money, because it was like 20 million episode. 20 million episode. You want to ask Danny, show me where they wasted their budget, or prove to me where they had no fucking budget left. Watch this. You will be freaking shocked. I'm about to shock you in the next few minutes, because we got to get to scene. Wait a sec. Where are we here? Scene 11. Scene 11, motherfucker. So we find out there basically that Darem is now marrying into, he's going to rule the entire Cahonian empire. But he was kidnapped because of a planned marriage. Like, the whole thing is so fucking stupidly written. The whole thing is absolutely asinine. Can we please get back to Genesis and Caleb? Because look, we're going back and forth, right? We're going back and forth. These are two amazingly exciting storylines that we're following. Oh, fuck me. So we're looking for slugs, and that's what they do. They yell, they're looking for slugs, and what? Oh yeah. Oh, so this is. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is when Jet walks in. The short-haired lesbian girl. She's arguing with Laura, right? Anyway, she ends up leaving. Like that. That's when the thing up top, the warp slugs. They literally warp slugs. This is the sci-fi intellect of Starfleet Academy. There are slugs that are apparently able to go into warp drive. I know. Believe me when I say this is a matter of fact. This is the sci-fi intellect of Starfleet Academy. So here they talk Academy. They kind of like, because then, you know, they're arguing. Jet and Laura are arguing on the phone, the two lesbian, the scissor thing. Where's my scissors? Scissors, right? Right? Like, am I showing that right here? Yeah. So Laura, fucking, I don't know, whatever. Two lesbians, whatever the fuck they do in bed is what they're going to be doing. They're arguing, but there's going to be makeup sex later on tonight. We don't get to see that, and nor do we want to see that. Look, we don't even want to see Caleb and Tarima go at it again. We don't need that. This is fucking Star Trek. Moving right along, my friends. We get to, all right, 20. Oh, no, wait, Caleb. So Caleb and Genesis. Oh, wait a minute, 2035. Where? I got this all written down. 27. Oh yeah. So this is the. All right, this is the scene. This is the one scene where Caleb and Gaiden, they talk about the entire academy. Look, you got into the academy because you loved into this, you did this. Why did you, if you were literally going to marry the princess that rules the entire kingdom of your people, why would you even go to the fucking academy? You are literally going to be the king of your entire fucking race, the despot, the ruler, the Trump, the Trump of your entire race. But you go, like, I gotta leave for a while. I gotta get myself to a little bit of Starfleet Academy. Okay, we'll come back soon, which is why they kidnapped him to bring him back. Unfucking believable, guys. This is, you look, you could poop out, everyone poops out a better screenplay than they write on Starfleet Academy. Every day you poop out a better screenplay, guys. Let's make lemonade, right? Let's make lemonade. Caleb and Genesis lying and looking up. Oh, it's so fucking romantic. This is where you think that maybe at this point in time, Caleb and Genesis, like, we might see a little bit of more hetero action, right? And I can tell you why. I have a special power, guys. I'm ready to tell you my secret. I'm ready. I think I I see straight people. I see straight people, guys. I see heterosexual people. And what I see, look at Caleb's eyes. He's going, oh man, oh fuck, I'm gonna fucking pound you. I'm gonna get my Caleb claws inside. I'm going deep, baby. But this is what Genesis does. She absolutely manipulates him, right? This makes girls look good, right? She talks about Tarina. They talk about the, it's like Melrose Place talk. This is literally Melrose Place talk. And then she throws in, geez, I wouldn't mind breaking into the bridge. Oh, really? Breaking into the bridge? Yeah, the bridge. Because so they got to create this bullshit motivation. But like your dad was, you saw it in your dad's admirable chair captain. Like you've been, yeah, but it was his chair. It was his chair, not my chair. Well, if you break into the fucking Starfleet Academy's bridge and you sit in that chair, you're sitting in Commander Ake's chair. What does that change anything? Who freaking cares? But that is, so you got to build a motivation for Caleb, right? They got to try and build this reason for Caleb wanting to do it. It's so fucking asinine. But I'm not the screenwriter. Alex Kurtzman was the guy that approved it, and I don't even know the screenwriter's name. I think it's worth even remembering. Genesis, she opens up about being daddy's girl. She basically says, please break into the bridge with me. What does Caleb say? Because he's a fucking dumbass. Okay, I'll break into the bridge. I can break in. Even though it's going to ruin my entire fucking career. Even though I can be court-martialed, sent to jail. Even though I could ruin, for a chance to fuck you. I'm guessing. For the mere chance of me having the opportunity to shtick my manhood, I will help you break into the bridge. As long as I got a chance, baby. Tell me I got a chance. I got a chance, right? I got a chance. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Look at the look. It's oh shit. What'd I just do? What did I just do? What did I just do? What did I don't know. Let me just move this. I don't know. This is, where are we here? What's the time? 30. Oh yeah. So this is the whole thing leading up to the bridge break-in, right? Genesis is just playing Caleb because he hasn't seen Tarima or spoke to her for 30 days. So Genesis is gonna like fucking play him like a puppet, right? Like a little fucking puppet. Caleb, who was as stupid as the day is long, but he's a Jerry Stew, right? Is that what it's called? The Jerry Stew, right? He is the know it fucking all of the guy side. Plays. If you help me sneak into the bridge, I will screw you hard. At least that's what Caleb is thinking. This goes on for like 2, 3, 4 minutes. It is, look, for one scene, it is a long fucking time, guys. So here we go. Let's move this baby along. Scene 15, guys. Scene 15. This is Caleb. Wait a second. No. Sorry. The Darem marriage. Darem is getting married, right? To the princess. Darem is about to be the ruler, the king, the main despot of his entire race. He wasn't kidnapped. This was all set up. But the clothes are made from something funny, so he's got to take it off and he puts it on Gaiden for some reason. And it basically turns into Darem saying, my people need me. I mean, Gaydon's not even supposed to be there. He snuck in somehow. He's there. He snuck in it though. He's the best man at the wedding, and that's what cozine means. You wonder why is the episode called cozine? That means best man in Kohenian. I can't believe I'm remembering these names, guys. I can't believe it. I'm remembering these names. So basically, they go through this whole thing. He's getting married, and we get into Gaydon gives his philosophy, his whole philosophy of Starfleet. There's speeches, right? Starfleet Academy is nothing but a speech after speech after speech. The whole thing is telling. What makes the worst screenwriter in the world, guys? There's like 7th grade screenwriters, and then there's top line. When you can literally listen to what you are watching on the radio, and I will guarantee you that you can listen to this garbage episode on the radio without missing a beat. You don't need any of the visuals, none of it. So they go through all that, look at that. Oh yeah, that's it. There's the fucking face. There he is giving them you were the speeches. More speeches. We're at the 36-minute mark here, guys. We got more speeches. But anyway, Caleb, let's get to the next one. We are talking, guys. Genesis and Caleb, they break in. They break into the bridge. Why would Caleb want to break into the bridge? What benefit would Caleb have to break into the bridge of the vagina? I mean, the Athena. What benefit would there be? The only benefit there would be is if I got a chance to shtup her. Like I'm up to bat, and if she throws a fastball across the plate, I'm swinging at it, and I'm looking for the big green monster, man. I'm going over like that's Caleb's only motivation. I might get some action out of this because what he's facing. And this girl, she doesn't fucking care. Caleb breaking in for her because she wants to delete her daddy saying, who's an admiral. What's a tough word to say live? He said really good things about me. And other admirals and other people that are in Starfleet said really good things about me. So I'm going to fuck up Caleb's career to have him help me break in so I can delete all that. Great motivation. Great motivation. These screenwriters are just fucking great. They are just so good. This is... Holy shit, man. The fuck am I watching? It's true. It's true. So anyway, we spent a fair amount of time on the bridge. Do we see the thing that she gets? No. Okay. We have can we move to it, please? Now, guys, you asked me, we talked earlier on about budgets, right? So here is the royal wedding. You're looking at the two people that are going to rule the entire empire of the Kahonians. These two people. So how many people do you think show up to the wedding? How many people do you think will show up to the wedding? Let me see if I get a snippet of this. How many people? Can I get it? There we go. There we go. This is the royal wedding. How many people show up to the entire fucking wedding of the entire Kahonian species? How many people are on the invitation list? How many people? 7. 7 people. There's 7 people at the wedding. Oh my. There's 7 people at the wedding. This is the entire race of the Kahonians. Okay, Kahonians. I don't know. The fucking fish people. If you include Gaydon, There's 8 people at this entire wedding. And like, I don't know about you guys. If I'm standing in front of 8 people, I'm not really making a speech. I mean, I have made a bigger speech around a table when I've been having beer and chicken wings. And there's been like 12 or 14 people around, and I'm telling a story, and there's 14 people around me in a frickin' TGI Fridays or whatever the frick restaurant I'm in, having chicken wings and beer. But to the entire wedding of the Cahonians, the despot, the king and the queen, the royal family, 7 people. 7 people show up. Let's. I know.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Let's make lemonade.
Yeah, no, we are. Yeah, no, we're fucking making lemonade, man. We're making lemonade. There are blah blah blah. So they talk about. I mean, you know what? It's a stupid fucking scene. It really is. So, Gaydon. Oh, do I get it? Let me get a picture of Gaydon. Can I get a picture of Gaydon here? Go. Like, there's the wedding party. That is literally the entire fucking wedding of the entire race of the Cahonians. That's not what I wanted. That was the party. That is the wedding party. This is a royal wedding. This is the king and queen of the Cahonians. You have 7 people that showed up. So the queen, Kiara, her family is there. So dad is black and the mummy is Indian. So she's half black, half Indian. I mean, that's some really good diversity, right? Guys, sorry. The guy in the far left, I don't know. I have to rewatch. I can't. And then on the right side, we have, I have no idea who they are. They never let us know. It's just people standing there. But this is a royal wedding right there. That is the entire royal wedding. Everybody who has been invited has shown up. Fucking incredible. But you know what? Extras cost money because an extra for an entire day might cost $100. You know, so you want to put an extra 50, you want to put 50 extras in there? That's going to be $5,000 a day for $20 million per show budget. 20, where did the money go? Either there's a lot of cocaine and, you know, cocano and like strippers. Like, I don't know. Kurtzman's probably, I could just see him, right? Totally blowing money on hookers, on strippers and cocano, right? Totally see it. I'm sorry, I blew a couple of $1 million at the strippers last night. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna need some budget cuts on the next episode. Alex freaking Kurtzman, the genius entrepreneur of Star Trek. Fuck off. Let's make lemonade. Let's move on. We can see. I did it. Yes, they're fucking kissing. This is the second hetero. Got a lot of hetero guys. I'm sorry. We got a little bit of gay. We're gonna do the gayometer soon and the heterometer soon. Stay tuned for that. Out of 10. What is the gayometer of this episode? And what is the heterometer of this episode? But you notice he doesn't. There's one kiss on the lips. There's one kiss on the lips where Darem, the fish people, I don't know, they look like trout, so I don't know why they're not underwater, like doing whatever fish. I'm not Alex Kurtzman, so I don't fucking know. And then they get busted, right? They get busted. Ake says, you're bad. You guys are bad. She wanted to delete her letters of recommendation. Literally, she broke in, she destroyed Caleb's, entire, could have sent him to jail, but because Commander Ake And she is wearing boots today, so I'm very as a person with a foot fetish. Just kidding. I don't have a foot fetish. But for those people that do have a foot fetish, seeing Ake in boots is really disappointing. But we get the big speech, right? So you think that Genesis, who has basically manipulated Caleb to break into the bridge, to literally the idea, you know how bad it is, right? No one, like, how could you, like, you're thinking, wait a sec. All Worlds Day is like, okay, it's not All Worlds Day. It's like All Worlds Week or something. It lasts for like a few days. We're going to go through, we're going to break into the bridge of a Federation fucking star. Now, because the saucer leaves the vagina, leaves the Athena. It leaves the Athena and then it parks. And then the vagina part, the Athena part stays up top or something, right? And then it parks. So you're going to break into the USS the USS Athena. You're going to break into the bridge that has the control of lasers, phasers, torpedoes, all the fucking powerful stuff that in a 33rd century or the 32nd century Starfleet starship would have. And you don't think that's a bad idea. All Caleb wanted was a little bit of mucka. That's all he wanted. He should have got the goods before he broke in. That's what I would have done. That's what I fucking would have done. Before we leave, before I do this, we're doing the rodeo, baby. I'm riding the bull, baby. Roll. Look, he only had his shorts left. Right? When he was sunbathing, he only had his shorts left, guys. Once the shorts were off, Genesis was a Genesis. There was a Genesis that could have went on. But I would have got payment before I broke into the bridge of a freaking Starfleet. Caleb ain't that smart. Not really that smart.
Stupid does, sir.
Yes, it is, motherfucker. Yes, it is. Stupid is what stupid does. Holy shit.
Let's make lemonade.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Jesus. So she totally fucks up. But they do hold hands. If I can, so this is the live episode. I don't know if I can get it. They do hold hands at the end of it. So I don't know, guys. Can I get it? Nah. Maybe I can't. No, maybe I can't. So they do end up holding hands. There's something going on, like look, like any good man in his young 20s. I remember in my early 20s. Yes, it might be 35 years ago, but for the right prize, I would have compromised a lot of things. And now when you're older, I'm 58. You know what? You could put the best looking chick in front of me. Honestly, you could put who's freaking hot. Whatever. And I could still, like, I'm old enough now that my hormones are subdued enough that my brain would tell me, I see where you're going with this, but I'm not. No. He's not going to have. Not in this day. No. Let's make lemonade. Okay. Scene 16, my friends. At the 45-minute and 30-second mark, we have. Oh, this is really interesting. Because basically, you know what Kiara says? So they walk over, and this is based on, let me tell you guys, she asks Darem. She literally asks Darem to abdicate. So they already got married. So he is already the king of the entire Kahonian people. We rule together. But he's the king. Right? They don't get married, they get sealed. Guys, they get sealed. May I draw your attention? Marriage is a bad word when it comes to the Kahonians. They get sealed. There's also actually, I just remembered this. When Gaiden, he's talking about his Klingon ritual that, oh, what you would do in Klingon is now the Kiara would reach over and bite the nose of Darman and you would break each other's clavicles. Like, seriously, that is literally, Kiara would bite Darem's nose and they would break each other's clavicles. This is screenwriters that I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Am I trying to be funny? Who knows? Who cares? But right now, Darem is the king of the Kahonian people. And Kiara comes by and she basically says, why does she want him to abdicate the crown? Why does she want him to drop the crown? Because of Gaiden's speech. Gaiden had such a speech that motivated her to the point where you need to be free. You need to be free at Starfleet. I can rule this. I can be a woman and I can rule. I can rule the Kahonian people alone. It's never had a woman ruler, but this is the first. This is the first woman ruler. There's always a fucking first woman ruler. Me too. Fuck Kurtzman, you're a fucking idiot. Kurtzman. Roger Avary, can I beat Roger Avary's number of curse words? Fuck, this was so stupid. This was beyond stupid. Literally, because of Gaiden's speech, there was no other reason except for Gaiden's speech, Gaiden Klingon with the 6-inch lifts, the 6-inch boot lifts. The next scene, she goes over to Darem and says, I heard the passion in his voice. Relinquish your crown and allow me to be the female despot that I was grown to fucking be. Oh, she's gonna be. It's about girl power, right? Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. It's all about every despot, every ruler, every captain, everyone in charge is going to be a female, except the ones that are stupid, like the War College guy. The Federation is female. Like, that is the trend. And now, if you like it, that's fine. You like it. If you think it's a fucking abomination, well, then you think it's a fucking abomination. Because it is a fucking abomination. I want you to abdicate, she says. Jaden's toast to you was not kingly. It wasn't kingly. The man he described is not the man I kissed. Guys, I'm right. I think this is verbatim. You don't love me. Why would you go to the academy if you are heir to the throne? Why would you go to the fucking Starfleet Academy if you're the heir to the throne? It would be like, Danny, you're going to be king of Earth. You're going to be king of Earth in a few months. Okay, well, I'll go to I'm going to go to that football school because I want to play me a little football before I become king of the Earth. Are you sure about that? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. There's nothing that makes sense anywhere about this fucking episode. Again, these screenwriters are so fucking stupid at their craft. They are so bad. And I don't want to be mean. Guys, as a screenwriter, you don't want to go out there and be mean to people. Except for when they fucking deserve it. How does this shit hit network television, streaming television? I don't know. Kiara says, a woman has never ruled Kaonians by herself. I will be the first. We still haven't heard Darem say, okay, I abdicate. All right. Not once did he say through this entire episode, yes, I abdicate the throne. Isn't there like a paper you should sign? All right, I abdicate wait a second. I'm sitting pretty good here. I'm the king of my people. I'm sitting pretty good. But Gaiden's speech, this was all based on Gaiden's speech. Gaiden had such a fucking powerful speech. It set her straight. Fucking set her straight, man. Totally fucking set her straight. What would happen if he doesn't abdicate? He says, yeah, I thought about it. I'll go back to Starfleet. I'm not even going to abdicate. I'll stay king and I'll go back to Starfleet. That's an option. There we go. Right there. I'm getting this is like these are morsels, guys. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. Yeah? Yeah? Look at that. Oh, there we go. Should be like a fish kiss, right? They should kiss like fishes. Right? There's Darem, like they're all talking about this. There we go. That's fucking Darem says, oh God, do I want to be the top on your bottom? Oh fuck yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. Let me be the top on your fucking bottom. Okay. We gotta move on from this shit. We gotta fucking finish. We gotta finish. I'm sorry for the swear words tonight. I'm on like the Avary thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So we get back and Darem, I'm glad you were there with me. Darem is all glad you were there with me. Literally, Gaten literally says, so Kyle comes, right? So this is the love affair. Like they're holding hands right now. Excuse me. They're holding hands. And so Gaten and Kyle, they're a thing, right? They're and you thought it was going to be a threesome. Well, that's not going to be a threesome. Apparently, and Caleb says, congratulations. Caleb says, Gaten says, congratulations for realizing you are essentially an asshole. That's what he says. You dropped your crown of your entire people. Danny, you are not going to be the king of the entire human species because you realize you are essentially an asshole. That's literally what Gaten tells Darem after he abdicates the throne for his fucking people. This is the logic of this entire fucking episode is as bad as any other episode. This is look, I'm saying it right now, guys. Episode 7, Starfleet Academy, is the worst episode so far. This episode, based on logic, where they try and put the story, there's no story. You don't even know what's the reason for this entire episode existing. It can end and it doesn't even mean anything. There's no meaning to anything that happens. Nothing. Before this episode starts, Genesis was not on her way to pre-command in pre-captain school. At the end of it, she's not on her way to pre-command captain school. Nothing changes. Before this episode, Darem was a fish guy. We thought maybe was in love with Gaten and Kyle. Maybe there's a threesome, right? Maybe we thought there's a threesome going on. But by the end of this episode, Darem is just nothing changes. He's just a guy at Starfleet Academy. And where Gated are freaking. Did you guys? There was a scene in this episode where Gaten picks up a giant rock in one hand. It's like 100-pound rock, and he's thinking that Darem was in trouble. He's about to use it, and then this big rock, showing how strong he is. He's very strong, powerful. But by the end of it, Darem is no different than he was from the beginning. Nobody changes except that Caleb is now in shit. He is in hot water. He broke into the bridge of the Starfleet vagina. I mean, Athena. And Caleb, thinking he's going to get some action. Look, man, guys, can I say one thing to every guy out there? Every guy, young and old, please. This is just guy to guy. If there's any women out there, do this. If you're a woman, do this right now. Got to go like this, okay? This is my advice. If you're going to do something for a girl and that payment is a little bit of hapa, a little bit of, that stuff, get the stuff before you do what you're supposed to do. Get the fucking payment, okay? get the fucking payment. So basically, yes, thank you. Before Caleb broke into the bridge of the vagina, I mean the Athena, before Caleb broke in, potentially ruining his career, before he broke into the bridge of the vagina, I mean the Athena, he should have got his prize. He's lying there sunbathing. It's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I am one layer of clothing away from acquiring my payment. One layer of clothing. He's just, you know, right? Caleb's a fucking dumbass. All right, he's a dumbass. And then, of course, guys, we end. You want to, like every episode, we end with the big fucking speech, right? We got the acoustic guitar. So this is a Caleb ending. It is literally about a 4 or 5 minute ending where Caleb goes off on some freaking rant, and you're wondering, there's like an acoustic guitar. I used to play guitar. I still play guitar. I used to play guitar. I play guitar. I used to play guitar on stage, I guess. Goes back to Tarina because he didn't get any action from Genesis, so he broke in, didn't get the goodies from Genesis. But now he is 200 hours. He has got 200 hours. He's got 200 hours of work, of public service, and he's got something else. Oh, he's on probation, and they're on probation. So that would have been worth it if you got a little bit of action from Genesis. If you got that down and dirty, it's like, okay, you know what? Part of being a guy in his early 20s is about sacrifice for getting that notch on the belt, right? It's about the notch belt, the notch on the belt. Sometimes that's what happens. We're young and stupid. Young and stupid is all about hormones taking over. But Caleb, I mean, that look on his face right there, guys, right there. I broke into the bridge of the vagina. I mean the Athena, and I still got no vagina. That's what he got. He still did. Genesis still didn't hump him. So at the end, I don't make this shit up. Some of it I do, but generally, we get the 5-minute speech, a whole philosophy, an entire philosophy, a very special, a love ending. You know what? I maybe on Saturday. You know what? Guys, if I promise. On Saturday night, POPRAGEOUS Live, it's Saturday night. That's our flagship show, guys. If I will do, you know what? I will. Look, as a screenwriter for 20 years, I've been in front of the camera and I've been behind the camera. I will, you know what? I'm going to write down the final speech of Caleb in episode 7. I'm going to write it down. And I am going to, like a Shakespearean actor, I am going to recreate it live on YouTube, Saturday night. I got to write that down because I'll forget. I'm going to write that down right there. Yeah, that's what I got to give me a fucking Saturday night, guys. This is my promise to you. Saturday night on POPRAGEOUS Live, I am going to recite the entire final scene speech of Caleb in my own expression. As an actor, as a screenwriter, and as an actor, motherfucker. Because I can do pirates as much as anything else, Mighty. Look, when you're an actor, you got to do some really crazy shit. Guys, that is the end of the episode. Basically, it's about Caleb and Genesis. And the whole thing is Caleb and Genesis is all about Caleb doesn't want to go to Senegal. I thought he was Hispanic. I really did. Did you guys know he was black? Did you know he was black? I thought he was Hispanic. He doesn't want to go to Senegal. Senegal? Fuck. Why would you go to whatever. I'm not the screenwriter. Okay? And then Genesis stays behind because she left and then she came back. She left and then she came back. I can't remember the reason. Fuck, that's always a stupid reason. Like I left my I don't know what, I'm not even gonna say it. And then she, of course, she manipulates Caleb into opening because he can hack into anything, right? He's super Caleb. He's a Jerry Stu. And he gets into because she could care less about him. This is all about me. It's all about me. Because I need to erase all of those great recommendations from my father and everyone else that gave me a great recommendation, because I was just promoted to pre-command captain. And so I don't want, okay, what the fuck am I listening to? You're going to ruin Caleb's career over this? She is the most evil bitch I have ever fucking seen. You want to ruin Caleb's fucking career over your desire that I don't want to see all these people reading all these great things about me. Okay, I got something. And then of course the other one is Darem the fish person, who looks like he is kidnapped, violently kidnapped. No. It's a marriage. He's the king of the Cahonians. And of course Gaiden goes through. Gaiden becomes the Cois. That's the name of the episode, which means best man. And his speech is so fucking overpowering. It is so emotional. It is so that Kiara, who is the princess of the entire Cahonian people, tells Darem that speech was so powerful. I want you to abdicate your claim on the throne, because I think a female should run these fucking fish people. That's what I think. You want to go? You want to go? Woman power, man. It's all woman power everywhere. The Federation is female. The Feder fuck. It's late in the show, guys, so I'm going to swear. The Feder fucking ration is fucking female. How many F's are in this? That's called alliteration. I was an English major, so that's called alliteration. I do, even when the swear words come out, we do want to ensure that we have a little bit of education going on with it, right? So we want to be, you know, we want to be smart about this. I mean, I do know what my IQ is. I do. I think it's higher than Commander Ake's. I think it is. This is one of the worst screenplays. If I read this screenplay and someone told me this is going to be a Star Trek episode, I would have been fucking mortified. Now, granted, because basically everything fell into the same soup. We did have. Oh, let's go back to this. Let's go back to me. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm back. Full screen, guys. I'm back. We did have the Starfleet Academy, the Caleb and Genesis segment. We had the Gaiden and Darham and Kyle segment, and that they all kind of ran together, right? But we're going to finish this off with the Alex Kurtzman segment. Roger Avary, who was a co-writer on many Beowulf, he was a co-writer on Pulp Fiction. Great writer. Look, if I wrote some of the stuff that he's written, I'd say I got some street cred. I run a few hundred film festivals around the world. I like to think that, you know what, if you've just written a couple of screenplays, and you've even if you had them produced and they're like a 3.6 on IMDb, who gives a fuck? I could have had 24 screenplays put out there in that shit world of, subculture independent screenwriting. There's no fucking way I would ever sell my screenplay. Have I had offers? More than you know. Holy jeez. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Those movies that got like a 2.6 because they take it and they just bastardize the entire screenplay. Now, is there an industry where a screenwriter could just write this shit, take 4 weeks to write a screenplay? Yes, and maybe you make $5,000 at best. You're gonna write something for that? Like, but what these people do is they write a toilet bowl quality screenplay or a script for a TV show. They write that level of quality script, and Alex Kurtzman signs off on it, and it turns into streaming Star Trek TV shows. That's I got the most, like, I can poop out a better screenplay. Most people can. Episode 7 is so fucking bad. It is almost beyond words. Like, literally, I remember, like I said, I brought it up when I was in my first year of drama in grade 7. Like, it was my best class, like a 94% or 96%. I can't remember. On my parents were like, "Oh damn, what's this? Drama? What the hell's drama? What's drama? Well, yeah, but Dad, I got 89% in math. But yeah, what's this drama? Oh yeah, shit. I had to explain to her what drama was, right? Guys, this is so fucking bad. Because why is it so bad? Is because Star Trek is such a cornerstone in so many people's lives. And Alex destroys, rapes, abominates decades creating, working on, developing. Like, you could just think the GOAT, the original, which basically with the series and then the movies went almost up to 1990. And costumes, people that we have been with the idea of the starship captain. The starship captain holds this incredible position in our zeitgeist of people that we hold. Like, when we see Jean-Luc Picard, we see a captain. We see a guy that we literally. You see a picture of Captain Kirk, James T. Kirk, William Shatner. There's no explanation needed. You see Commander Ake. Alex Kurtzman is absolutely fine with taking such a proud franchise. And look, he's been doing it since 2009. Him and J.J. Abrams, they both just came in and just gave it the old. That's so. But us Star Trek fans, we remember the good stuff, right? We remember the goodies. We remember the people. Now, we could all argue what we liked and what we didn't like. The 2000s have brought with it a lot of shows that are questionable. Discovery started and it just went downhill, like, season after season. Picard started downhill, and then season 3 ended in a place where we really wanted these characters to end up being, right? This is where we wanted these characters to be because we freaking love Jean-Luc Picard, #1, all of these characters. And then Alex Kurtzman just comes and puts a diarrhea shitload of his fucking screenwriting skills and desecrates decades of writing, cinematography, of creating sets, actors acting out these scenarios of science fiction that made us salivate into what is possible in our universe. And then comes Melrose Place, fucking Starfleet Academy. Thank you, Alex shit Kurtzman. You shit the money bag. You shit the money bag, you motherfucker. And you know what, Dave? I'll say it again. David Ellison, you fucking gutless SOB. Yeah, it's just gutless. You see what he's doing to your property that you own. Make a statement. Zaslav canceled Batgirl. Look, that's why, why do I think Zaslav has got a little bit of, because he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared to cancel Batgirl. He did it. $100 million gone. You know what? I don't care because it's shit. You know what? Hey, Ellison, David Ellison, you know why you cancel? You know why you cancel Starfleet Academy Season 2? Because it's shit. You really want Star Trek to go down? How far? You just imagine. How far is Star Trek going to go down if Season 2 comes out of Shit Fleet Academy? How far does this franchise go down? So on Tuesday, let me get this here. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? That is the one, right? That's the one. There we go. So on Tuesday, I did do the last half of Starfleet Academy. This was Roger Avary. And look, this is such this is such high quality. Was it better before? Let me just try and see if that's better. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right there. Roger Avary. So this is a guy who has co-written Pulp Fiction, Beowulf, Reservoir Dogs. A lot like those are big names to have your your name associated with. And this is on Joe Rogan. This is so, look, I've used the F-bomb a lot tonight. And normally I don't. But I feel so passionate. I love frickin' Star Trek, okay? I grew up with it. I was born in 1967. I'm a goat guy. Like, I'm with the goats, Shatner, Kirk, Bones, Scotty, Uhura, all those guys, Chekhov, Sulu. Going into even going to DS9 and of course, the Next Generation. Jean-Luc Picard is right up there with Captain Kirk. These are fucking great starship captains. These are great starship captain guys. And so this is what, let's make lemonade. Oh, did I? Oh, wait a sec. Oh, yeah. Hold on a sec. Right, volume, right.
A track that they tried to make like that.
Okay, I'm like a big Star Trek guy. I watch Star Trek every day in my house. We watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and I'm not kidding. My wife is like a Trekkie. She is like crazy for Star Trek. And so she puts Star Trek on, like at around 5 o'clock. Star Trek comes on.
Original?
Well,
or Picard.
We cycle through. We go chronologically from the original series through the Next Generation, and then DS9, and then Voyager.
See, that's pretty cool, right? So he knows what he's talking about, right? He knows his shit. And when he says that they watch Star Trek, regularly, I believe him. Because you can see the smile on his face, right? You don't go off and say this stuff without having this big ass smile on your face. It's like me talking about Spock and Kirk and Bones, right? It's the same thing. Like, you just get a smile on your face.
And then Enterprise, and then we look back to, and sometimes, when you show an episode like in DS9, there's an episode called Trials and Tribulations, where all the characters go into the past and they kind of interact with Trouble with Tribbles, and they kind of blend them into the set and everything that's happening. We'll then go back and watch Trouble with Tribbles, or,
guys, I love the Tribbles. I fucking love the Tribbles.
Same thing with Wrath of Khan. We'll do this, So we'll kind of connect it all together. And so, but every day there's at least 2 or 3 episodes of Star Trek playing in my house. It's like I
That's
usually have
amazing.
to wrestle
Like,
away
that's
the
that's
controller
really
and say, "We're
amazing.
watching a movie now."
That's awesome.
And so,
But you can see the smile on his face, right? He's not bullshitting. You see the smile on his face because I like to think when I talk about Star Trek, I got that same zesty smile, which is the polar opposite when I talk about Alex Kurtzman. Alex Kurtzman, I hope he goes down as the most abysmal, apocalyptic, destructive force in Star Trek universe history. And he will. Him and J.J. fucking Abrams.
and my children were like basically raised on Star Trek and, you know, the sort of morals behind Star Trek. And, you know, and people complain about, oh, you know, I don't like DS9 as much. It's not as dynamic. I hate Bajor and blah, blah, blah.
Everyone's got their
But
favorite, though.
I think Captain Sisko is one of the most amazing captains there
He's
is,
a good
'cause
captain.
he's also a father, and there's all these like father-son lessons that are going on throughout it. It's like really
Yeah, he was a good captain, and we saw that on episode. What was it? What was the Cisco episode where they didn't even show his face? I got episode 5, right? The Cisco Museum where they don't even have a freaking picture of his face. I thought Cisco, you know what? He tempered himself really well compared to, you know, you want every captain to be slightly different, right? Have a different temperament, a different reason for existing. Cisco had that. And it was so good that he didn't allow his face to be included in episode 5. So
elaborate
good.
television.
So
and
good.
by the way, all that kind of DEI stuff is still in it. It's still there.
Yeah.
They're exploring all sorts of things in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Riker,
But it's
who's
natural.
like the
It's just a natural way of doing it.
the second in command to Picard. In that one, there's an episode where he goes to a planet of neuters that are just, you know, they have one gender. And he falls in love with one, and they kind of waken up out of their single gender thing and realize, oh, I'm female. And that person then gets taken and reprogrammed. And then there's an episode where Quark is turned into a woman in order to, for some cockamamie reason that they come up with in the show. And he kind of likes it. He's like getting into it. Like, so it's not like they aren't exploring gender and
They're not just beating you over the head with it.
it's somehow integrated into good storytelling.
Yeah, well, they explore it from the perspective of realism. Instead of having this feeling that they're just shoving it down your throat, it's like open wide. Okay, we're going to throw some gay shit down your throat, a little bit of scissoring, and by the way, you're going to fucking like it or else, okay? The real way was the exploration of it to sort of make it go, okay, you know what? This is kind of a thing where some people live their lives in. This is their lifestyle. Let's explore it.
And I think something happened at at the studios where they fired all of the legacy people and they hired on a bunch of new people who just weren't as good at storytelling and or as respectful of.
He's still being nice. He's still being nice here. He starts letting his real feelings loose. These people are shit at screenwriting. They're shit at science fiction, and they're shit at understanding what makes a story from the visual perspective work for the viewer. That's the reality. That's the bottom line.
The
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The canon, I guess you could say,
right,
is what it was. But those seasons of Star Trek are, which I guess you could call from the Gene Roddenberry into the Rick Berman era. And I mean, they had such amazing writers. They had guys like Renee Echevarria and Naren Shankar and
some good stuff going on, guys.
Technical advisors. And, so if you were just into the tech, you could really and most of our technology and most of our aspirations have come from Star Trek.
Look, guys, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know that the tech is part of the juiciness, the part of the shit that makes you just love. Look. I have a science channel, Dimension Zero. I love science. I'm a hobbyist astrophysicist. The warp drive is as far away as anything else is. Look, we are not going to get negative energy anytime soon. We are bending space-time to create a warp bubble so that we traverse across the galaxy. The only place where space-time is bent is in a freaking black hole, right? And you need gravity density, a mass density of such enormous proportions. But Star Trek allows us to dream, to think that maybe it's possible. And if we cannot do it today, we can see it on screen. We can see Kirk, Picard. We can see, Chris Pine, although the fucking stories Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams wrote were fucking terrible. There are still stories out there that Starfleet, Star Trek inspires us. We go to bed dreaming about it.
Our telephones are basically, like tricorders.
Yeah.
And we're all, and when we see it on Star Trek, like, oh, we talk to the computer. Well, I want to have that. And so somebody figures out a way to develop that and to make it so. And now we have that.
Didn't he actually say computer?
Yeah.
Like he would say computer and ask you a question?
Yeah. Well,
like,
hey, Siri.
Like, hey, Siri. Same thing. Yeah. Wow.
And so, it's I think it's a fantastic show. And then this dweeb.
Look, Star Trek, Roger Avary, he loves Star Trek. And he's about to unload on Alex Kurtzman, which he has been very cordial in the first 4 minutes of this interview. It's a 3-hour interview on Joe Rogan, okay? You want to watch the whole interview, go to Joe Rogan, watch the whole interview. But this, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know the power of this franchise and the absolute abomination that everything from 2009 Star Trek that J.J. Abrams and especially Alex Kurtzman has put their paws on.
Alex Kurtzman comes along and just shits all over everything, just like craps all over it. And I went in and met with the guy. I was like, hey, I will write for scale. I'll write on your new show.
I love that.
I just want to be part of it.
Just as an opportunity to work on Star Trek.
And I basically found out he didn't want anybody who had any kind of fondness for the original show. He wanted to do something new and to create something new. And
you know what? Like no one, like you got some screenwriters. Geez, I might be a shoo-in because I've written a lot of Star Trek. I love Star Trek. Oh no, we don't. It goes to 11. We don't want you. If you like Star Trek, no, we don't want you. Like, go away. Everyone who likes Star Trek, the fucking Alex Kurtzman verse. Guys, we are like, this is beyond fucking rational reasoning. It's beyond like, if you're a half-witted 90 plus IQ human being, you start to realize, wow, we will realize this in 5 or 10 years from now. We'll go, wow. Oh, wow.
Boy, has he shit the bed.
Thank you,
in a
baby.
big way. And this latest thing that they've made, this Starfleet Academy. Now it's still ongoing. Maybe it writes itself at some point.
I think they canceled it.
Did they? Good.
The newest.
Good. They read the room.
Version.
They read the room. Finally.
Is it if they stop the idea of a season 2?
That fucking Alex Kurtzman, man. His company's called Secret Hideout.
See, he gets going, right? He gets going. He had to get going. Now he's just like, let's make lemonade.
I think he's going to need a secret hideout after all these, after destroying Star Trek for this latest generation.
Are we talking about the newest one, the one with Tig Notaro? That's the newest one.
Starfleet Academy?
Starfleet Academy is an abomination.
Is that what you're talking about?
I could not get through 3 episodes of Discovery. And I mean, they're just it is just awful.
Yeah, Discovery. I watched parts of Discovery. And I started rewatching it, and when you watch it, it just drops off. It is like a cliff, and it just keeps going down faster and faster and faster with each episode. Each season just gets into the bigger depths of Shitsville, right? And it took Roger Avary, the first 4 minutes, like I said, the first 4 minutes was okay, dude, okay, this is really civil. Okay. And then he goes you shit the bed, motherfucker. Alex Kurtzman shit the fucking bed. And he's just saying it the way he is. That's what Kurtzman has done. He has fucking decimated, utterly destroyed. You need to wipe everything. You need that bleach bit, right? Hillary Clinton. I mean, you mean like wipe it down, bleach bit? Yeah, like fucking bleach bit. Like utterly wipe everything out like it was a dream from Dallas. Like what's his name? Woke up. Aquaman dude woke up and it was just a dream the last 15 years of shit Kurtzman Trek. But let's let Roger Avary finish this off.
Awful storytelling.
Well, it's also clunky dialogue and bad acting.
Just horrible. And they're more interested in the corporate propaganda than they are with any kind of personal propaganda.
Right. It seems like that's the imperative.
That's a good point, right?
It's like they get
That's a good
across
point.
this inclusive
Yep.
The
concept.
card was terrible. It was sad, actually. It was just depressing for me.
Yeah.
And so like when
Well, it's so
Seth,
bad
what's his
people
name,
are-
did that show, The Orville, and like that is like the proper successor. Like they brought back guys like
Guys, look, there is a lot the Orville, there's a lot of bad episodes. Guys, there's a lot of fucking bad episodes of the Orville. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. But do not tell me the Orville. There are like I don't need to see some freaking guy sitting on an egg while his boyfriend comes in. They're talking about an egg.
James Conroy.
But I don't know what the Orville is.
It was kind of like a comedy version Seth MacFarlane did, but he hired all the original people that they had fired from Star Trek and basically used them to do his show. And it actually feels a little bit more like a.
Orville is it's way better. It is way better than Starfleet Academy. But look, there's plenty of episodes. I love what's her name, the chick that played in John Wick. She's hot. Like she's cute. Although it seems too so proper. Like the interaction between MacFarlane and her, like it seems so cliched and proper sometimes, right? It's like yeah,
Like a continuation.
It was okay. I didn't mind it.
never heard of
I
this
didn't mind
either.
it.
And it's on Hulu?
Yeah.
It is a Star Trek or is it?
No, it's not Star Trek. It's the Orville.
So they just ripped off Star
They
Trek?
basically just ripped off Star Trek, and they have a sort of like tongue-in-cheek quality, but they bring all the all the writers from the original and showrunners and people like that, and the original directors like like Jim Con. God, I'm like blanking on his name. I want to say Conroy, but I think it's whatever. So they bring everybody back, and it has a little bit more of the same spirit. Another really good Star Trek-ish thing is Galaxy Quest. It's something.
Well, Galaxy Quest. Yeah, you got. Have you guys seen Galaxy Quest? It's a movie. It's not a TV show. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can. I need an Alex Kurtzman doll so I can just punch it in my room, right? Would that make money? Can I sell an Alex Kurtzman doll online? Everyone comes online. It's a blow up Alex Kurtzman doll. It's like, it's like for boxing. Boom, 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 boom. Kickboxing. You can kick it and freaking pound Alex Kurtzman face in. Like, I'm not advocating violence though. I'm just saying it's for exercise. It's for exercise, guys. Okay?
Something that got kind of buried and with
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that was good.
Galaxy Quest is hilarious.
It was
If you
good.
love
It's
the
hilarious. It is.
original
It's a movie,
series of
though,
Star
not a
Trek,
TV show.
Galaxy Quest is amazing. Like it's so fantastic.
I love Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
She's one of my all-time favorites. That's
Sigourney is in The Mandalorian and Grogu, guys. On the Tuesday Night Big Show 2 days ago, we went through the trailer. Look, that movie's gonna fucking bomb. It's gonna fucking bomb. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go watch a TV show in the theater. Oh, please, can I?
a good example of a movie that was like a DEI movie that you never even noticed it was Alien.
Yeah.
Like you have a female lead and
Yeah, that's the end of that. There was nothing DEI. There's nothing DEI. Let me fix Rogan on that. Okay, let me as a screenwriter, and because you write this shit into the stuff that you write. So what if I wrote? So Alien is one of the screenplays that if you're an early screenwriter, you read because it is one of the classic ways of understanding what a screenplay is supposed to be. There's nothing DEI about Alien. Nothing. There's nothing DEI about Underworld. There's nothing DEI about these great franchises that had great freaking female heroes. They just had female heroes. DEI is about shoving shit into places where they don't fit for the purposes of equity. So Joe Rogan, no, Alien was not DEI. It was one of probably the best female protagonists. You go to Aliens. I'll stop it at Aliens because I don't want to go beyond that. Alien and Aliens, Sigourney Weaver is the quintessential female protagonist, where they're just written in believably, not for the sake of being a female because they're there to usurp a male's position, but because her position was perfectly demonstrated as being a woman, but just not specifically a woman. And it wasn't heralded as being a woman. Oh, it's a female protagonist, guys. It's a fucking female protagonist. I am the 6th black woman who ever drank a cup of coffee on the south side of Chicago in a Starbucks in the corner table sitting next to a white person. I'm the 6th one. When does it fucking stop? Who cares? Maybe you just did a great role and leave it at that. Maybe we could all just be happy with that. The American Black Film Festival, what's it called? The ABFF, the American Black Film Festival just happened or something like that. Could you imagine the American White Film Festival? Like, could you? The American White Film Festival. Look, you can segregate as long as you're not Caucasian. Whatever. Okay, fine. Whatever. Fine. The Underworld. I love the Underworld series. I love Kate Beckinsale. I love that character. I love Celine. She is so believable in that role. Right, as a vampire killer, what do they call her? Not every movie was good. The first movie was good. The second one is. They kind of, again, they notched down a little bit as they went on. But I love Kate Beckinsale Underworld. What a freaking fantastic! There's no DEI in Underworld. There's no DEI going on in there. No DEI in Aliens. There's no DEI in Resident Evil when Mila Jovovich. God, can I get a fucking hell yeah for Mila? Oh, I love Mila. Love Mila Jovovich. That's, can I say it? That is the kind of woman I would have loved to have married. Really, I would. Like that, so awesome. Like these are great female protagonists. And there's a lot of them. They're not DEI. They're just written in a way that is compelling for the character. DEI started, well, you could probably say about maybe 2010-ish. You saw influences of it, and then the Me Too, and then you got fucking Alex Kurtzman coming along. You fucking pinhead. So I didn't mean to say that. Or maybe I did. No, I think I did. Yeah. So, I guess we should. Oh, geez, I gotta. Kind of pedestrian, kind of the way I got this. We're on the Alex Kurtzman set, so let's. We got some comments here. Who's saying what here? The moment Gene Roddenberry died, not only did Jen's storylines degrade, but their first big act was to create a show Roddenberry didn't want, which was a show based on a starbase. He did not want the starbase. He hated, I forgot his exact words, but when Gene Roddenberry talked about the starbase episode, what are you going to have, just have people sitting around there and letting shit come to them or something? Yeah, no, Gene Roddenberry, he would not have liked DS9. But I think after the fact, he might have opened up to it if he was still alive and he saw DS9. He might have opened up to it, I think. David Ellison needs to step up and speak to Elon. Oh yeah, we talked about Look, David Ellison owns the fucking Paramount. Step up and save Star Trek. Dave Ellison. Do I got to get a sign and say Dave Ellison save Star Trek, fire Kurtzman? Holy jeez, the entire Star Trek fandom is yelling out this. But you still can't do anything, David Ellison. You fucking cuck. You fucking cuckold. Grab some balls and make the decision. Yes. Yeah, I think we've been that one. I remember seeing War's face on a TV guide showing that he was being brought. Let me move this over here. Brought into literally save the show DS9. Okay, yeah, right, yeah. Janosexual? No, gynosexual. It's true. It's true. A gynosexual is basically someone who just likes women. A heterosexual is someone who doesn't believe in same sex. So a heterosexual, you will also believe in non-binary sex. Sorry, not for me. I'm gynosexual. I'm not heterosexual. I'm heterophobic. Guys, I'm sorry to say it. Should I even be sorry? But I am heterophobic. I'm gynosexual. I like women. I'm gynosexual. I like women. I'm not heterosexual because that only says you don't like same sex. I'm not into non-binary. I'm not, sorry. Like if you can call yourself non-binary, not my thing, man. I'm not heterosexual. I see straight people. That's what the fuck I do. I see straight people. I look, and I don't care what you like. I'm not going to judge you. I don't care. I don't want to see it in my TV shows. I don't want to see it in my movies. I don't even need to see fucking, I need to see Caleb and Tarima kissing. Like, seriously. Really? I don't need it, my friends. I don't need it. Yeah, sorry, I did that. Oh my God, I just realized the show name is Cozy. Yes, which is Farsi actually translate. Are you serious? Are you serious, Mike? Which in Farsi actually translates to "you're all pussies." All right, I got some homework after the show. That's cool. Look it up. If you look at it, I'll tell you what. If Mike goes on chat and Mike says, "Look it up if you think I'm lying," and he doesn't have just the LOL. Mike has the LOLOL. I believe him, and that goes back to this. I just realized the show name is Kozin, which is Farsi, which in Farsi actually translates to "you're all pussies." All he is. Okay, Mike. All right. Pamela! You still there, Pamela? Oh, that was an hour ago. Shit. I'm sorry. I was on a verbal rampage. Wait, I just realized they're called Cajonians, like cajones in Spanish. Oh, shit. You're not going there, are you, Mike? So we have their... It's a family show. I know I've said the F-bomb. I don't know how many times I've said the F-bomb in this show. Most of it's been associated with Alex fucking Kurtzman, okay? So we have their vaginas, cozians, and the people's names are balls. Must be the crown. Yeah, it's probably the crown, Mike. Yeah, it's probably the crown, bro. It is. It reads good, though. It reads really well. Starship Vagina. I mean, Athena. The Starship Vagina. It's like Trump, like vagina. Starship Athena. J Meeks. Adults are picking apart a teen series. This is cute. Thank you. Well, thank you, J Meeks. This is, well, I mean, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, that's the problem. It's a fucking teen series. That's the problem. Agreed with everything that was just said, buddy. So hard. Well, I tell you what, the one thing that I disappointed in is Caleb, Genesis, basically, I thought Caleb was going to get a little bit of action. We saw Caleb get some action on this episode before, and maybe that he was going to get some action again tonight. Basically, Genesis sort of like, spun his little, Caleb's stupid, early 20s, young and stupid. That's fine. We're all young and stupid in early 20s. Breaks into the bridge of the vagina. I mean, the Athena. Now he's on academic probation. I don't even know, what the fuck does academic probation mean? And 200 hours of community service. So guys, that is, I mean, I've said a lot. On Saturday night, I'll probably have a little bit more condensed. We are going to go over, there's a little thing about the Pirates of the Caribbean Part 6. We're gonna touch on that. There's a couple of things on POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. It's 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Saturday, POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. My name is Danny Alex, guys. Join us. Join me. There's no us in here. It's just me. I wish there was. Sometimes I could use the help. We're going to go a little bit deeper into episode 7 of Starfleet Academy. There's a few things we're going to go into. The night following, guys, it's the season finale of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Episode 5 was fantastic. Episode 6, 33 minutes long. We're not going to get too much of it. Amazing. It's already been 6 weeks. But we're going to touch on a few things on Saturday night. POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. So please come back. My name is Danny Alex. I think we're done for tonight. Like, I don't know what else. I don't know. With it, Mike, salute, brother. Enjoy the crown. Enjoy the crown. We will see you guys on Saturday night. It's always my pleasure. I always have a great time going live. And, it's, look, you don't have to agree with me. You can disagree with me. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. This is opinion-based stuff. But I do stand by Star Trek, what Star Trek stood for, what Gene Roddenberry and all the generations, 2 or 3 generations of Star Trekkers that built this franchise, only to be absolutely eviscerated by Alex fucking Kurtzman. If he ever gets a job in Hollywood again, which he would, because in Hollywood you fall upwards. When you destroy franchises, that's the way they do it in Hollywood, guys. But I just moved from Hollywood, so I'm out. I'm out of Hollywood, my friends. Everyone in chat, thank you. Mike, everybody. Pamela, sorry I missed you. We will see you in 48 hours on POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. Enjoy your Friday. It's over. The week is over again, guys. It's over. It's done. You're still there.
Yeah, baby. Are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
You. Look at me.
Yes.
What's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no sex. If these go to 11,
Does that mean it's louder?